Alright, so things are changing, and if you've been around my channel for any period of time, you know my content has changed a lot in the last several years, and there's definitely been periods of time where I quit making content, but definitely a lot is changing on my video going forward. So today I'm out here in my neighborhood. Actually, this is my parents' neighborhood, and I've been visiting with them the last couple of months since Christmas. I was in Florida, now I'm back in Tennessee, and there's just a lot changing in my life this year, and for that reason I've been wanting to share it on YouTube, but I just didn't know exactly what direction I wanted to take my channel in, especially for 2023. So if you've been watching my channel at all for the last few years, you might have noticed that the content changing a little bit, and thank you so much if you haven't unsubscribed so far, but I totally respect if this isn't your vibe or your thing. But I just think as people evolve and grow over time, I started this channel in 2017 or 2016 when I was living in Madrid, so my life has changed so much since then, living in Florida and Tennessee, and it was really hard to pick one niche or one topic. So that's why I'm moving more towards like a lifestyle channel, sharing different aspects of my life, and especially being like single and 38, I feel like I have a lot of free time right now. I know it's not always going to be like that, but I want to use this time to share things that I've learned through my experience, because I have a lot of people, probably most of my viewers are 25 to 35. So I have a lot of things I would like to share that I think you can learn from and really, you know, gain wisdom on. So I've just had it on my heart to share a lot more spiritual topics and things that I want to share, and just things that I've experienced that I really don't even talk to my friends about, but I think are important things to talk about, because just as you're growing older, you see life from a different perspective, especially if you have kids or you're starting to have kids or married, and you kind of think, how do I want to raise my children, or you know, what kind of values do I want to instill in them? So I just, you know, felt it on my heart to share more spiritual topics recently. And if you've been paying any attention at all lately to the media, you might have heard about the Asbury College Revival going on in Kentucky and how it's spread to other college universities, which I think is a really good thing, because for the most part, I'd say the last 10, 15, 20 years, college universities is a place where people go to like kill any kind of spiritual belief that they might have. So seeing that revival for me was really encouraging. And additionally, you might have noticed or heard that there's a new movie coming out called The Jesus Revolution, which honestly I wasn't super interested in going to see. Like, I'm really not into necessarily Christian movies that much, but my dad really wants to see it because he actually grew up part of his life in Southern California, and so he actually, me and my dad, we went to visit his where he used to live back in 2006 in southern Los Angeles. And anyway, this movie is based on a church, I think it's the Calvary Chapel Church in Los Angeles, and the pastor there, Chuck Smith, he's the one who really started getting this Jesus Revolution going back in the 60s and the 70s. So actually, me and my dad saw Chuck Smith preach back in 2006. I went there for Easter service in Los Angeles with my dad, just visiting way back in the day, but I didn't even know who it was at the time. But now that I have been to his congregation and visited, it kind of makes it a little bit more special for me to go see the movie Jesus Revolution. So I think it's like starting to rain out here a little bit. It's kind of a gloomy day here in South Nashville area. But anyway, as I was saying, so once I found out that I had visited this guy Chuck Smith church like almost 18 years ago, I was like, okay, you know, maybe I'll go see this movie. And so far it's gotten good reviews, and I've seen some interviews with Kelsey Grammer. He's like the pastor in the movie, and he was really touched I think, by this movie, by filming this movie, and he said that he was meditating like one day and he wanted a new film, like a new film that was more thought-provoking or just like more deep or something different than he's ever done. And the next morning the script just like landed in front of his front door and he was like, all right, this is it. So oh my god, okay, it's starting to rain really hard. I'll finish this in my house. So I'm back inside and I'm gonna finish this in my house. But anyway, as I was saying, like I had seen Kelsey Grammer in some interviews and I was like, you know what, maybe I should go and see this Jesus Revolution and check it out. So I'm actually gonna go and see that tomorrow, and I think I'm gonna do a review on that too. So I've never done a movie review, but I think that could be fun. But anyway, I'm not gonna do all spiritual things. I'm gonna do some normal everyday vlogs, and I might even do some like YouTube tip videos since I am a YouTube channel manager. It was just on my heart to make content, at least some content, that had some eternal value or had like a deeper value proposition than YouTube tips or a fashion haul or my trip to Disney, which, you know, that's fine too. But I just wanted to do things or make videos that were more meaningful. And I think people in the last 2 or 3 years, you know, since what happened a couple years ago, I'm not going to say the word because on YouTube they just like flip out if you say the word. You know, just in the last 2 or 3 years, people have slowed down a little bit. I mean, I think life's pretty much back to normal now, but you know, between 2020 and 2022, people did have a period of time where they slowed down and they were at home. And you know, I was at home and I definitely started to like think about more things since I was less distracted by going out all the time. And I definitely just started thinking more like long-term or big picture, you know, life purpose kind of questions that people tend to avoid and don't think about and push out there. Like one day when I'm like 60, 70, 80, you know, I might think about what else is after this life. But I really started thinking hard maybe, a couple years ago. I mean, I made my video, my testimony video a couple months ago. I know it's kind of long. I should probably make a shorter one. But anyway, my whole point is that I am going to be making more spiritual content mixed in with some other things. Don't be surprised. Alright, so I was rambling a whole bunch there. But anyway, I just want to wrap this video up and say if any of this is interesting to you, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on more videos. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Let me know if there's any topics you would like me to talk about. And I guess that's it for now. Subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next video.